Hi, I'm going to be talking about the 7 Years' War, also known as the French and Indian War. So, when the war started, there were around 2 million British colonists in America and around 65,000 French people in Canada, but that's just a rough estimate. So, the tension started when fur traders from Pennsylvania and Virginia, they wanted to trade furs with the Indians in the Ohio River Valley. But the French were not having it. The French wanted their own territory, so they built a chain of forts along Pennsylvania's Allegheny River just to keep the colonists out. Like, they wanted no colonists in their area. So, the British ordered colonial governors to remove the French by force if necessary. So, they were willing to fight for the land. They're like, if we have to fight to get the land, we will do it. So, in 1753, Virginia's governor, Robert Dinwiddie, sent George Washington. Yes, it's the first president. He was around 21 at the time, and he was a Virginia militia. He was a major in the Virginia militia. So, the governor sent George Washington to Pennsylvania to demand the French withdraw from the forts. But the French refused. So, in the spring of 1754, Washington returned to Pennsylvania with about 160 men. Well, the British were outnumbered by a lot, and the French defeated Washington at Fort Necessity, and that was the first battle of the French and Indian War. Okay, so seeing America as the place where England and Europe are to be fought for, Pitt let Prussia bear the burdens of the 7 Years' War in Europe. So that means Pitt did not want America to hold the burden of fighting this war. So he pushed all the important stuff onto Prussia so that America wouldn't take the fall for it. So while that was happening, they were focusing more on sending more British troops into America. He united the previously divided colonies by guaranteeing payment for military services and supplies. So he also hired younger and more capable officers. So doing this brought all the colonies back together to fight for the cause to defeat the French. And in 1758, the British, with colonial forces helping along the way, seized Louisburg, a French fort guarding the St. Lawrence River. In 1759, the British sailed up the river, sieged the city of Quebec for 3 months, and defeated the French in September. The next year, Montreal also surrendered to the British, bringing a close to the fighting in America. So pretty much the British took over the main cities in Canada, and that brought the French to their knees. They couldn't fight anymore. The war became... Oh, sorry, my bad. The war came to an official end in 1763 with the Treaty of Paris. The treaty gave Britain all French land in Canada except for 2 tiny fishing islands south of Newfoundland. In the south, the treaty gave Britain all of France's land east of the Mississippi River. So Britain now owns most of Canada, and they also own most of the area in the Ohio River Valley. So it's Louisiana up all the way to Ohio. So yeah, that was the war. So the war pretty much, that's how Britain got most of the land in the area. And that's how French was mostly pushed out of America. And that's how Britain was like a main thing in America.